6 points at 100% from the field. 5-point lead for the Panthers. They leave Robinson open from way downtown. Robinson. Okay. 30-28 the score. Inside the Speaks. Oh, and a little too strong. Hoping for her 8th point of the game. Almost stolen away. Tipped out by the Panthers. The Beavers within 2.
Wow. What a shot from Milan Robinson. And I was honestly surprised. I knew that Speaks would kind of wait around for a little, but I wasn't sure and kind of a little bit confused why she didn't at least kind of press up a little bit, force Robinson to make sort of the decision, because she wasn't even near really the arc. She was way out there near that hash where Carol Drew was sitting. And so for Speaks to not at least even challenge her, make Robinson maybe hesitate a little, pull the play back out. Now, that type of three is the type of shot that can get a team going. And we saw that with Vondra towards the end of that first quarter.
And Robinson is the leading scorer with 8 points, 3 for 4 from the field, 1 for 2 from downtown. A double dribble and another turnover for Kahan. That's going to be our 4th of the game.
And see, those are just momentum killers. Caltech really playing into their own demise right now with those travels and double dribbles. Those are the ones that aren't even necessarily Chapman's doing. When you harm your own self, it becomes really hard to get back on that momentum side.
Brown, 3-point shot, uncharacteristic of her, is short. Rebound from the Beavers with an opportunity to tie or take the lead. Robinson passes this to Kahan. Mid-range shot. Bakes in. Tie game. Patel with the shot. 30-30 all. Lou with the ball to Brown. Brown trying to answer with a 3. Brown answers with a 3. Panthers retake the lead.
She has that in her locker. And we saw that over the past few games. She showed that a little bit earlier in the season, but it's become much more prevalent as Vondra.
Vondra answers right back. Anything you can do, I can do better. Panthers tie game. Zaraski tries it. Why not? Why not? Zaraski, and just like that, 3 3-pointers in a row between both teams.
Hey, it's 7:41 right now, but it might as well be high noon with the way this is turning into a shootout.
Looking like McCree from downtown. Stolen away by Brown. Panthers looking to take momentum. 58 seconds left. Brown, 3-point shot. Good! Panthers, 3 threes in a row.
That's unbelievable.
39-33.
That's confidence. If you've never seen that shooter's feeling right there, that's exactly what that is.
Speaks giving room. She was giving room to Kahan there. Kahan now moving inside. Kahan's layup. Good and one. The Beavers stopped the momentum and stopped the bleeding. What a shootout it's been in the last 2 minutes of this
what
game.
A sequence.
My goodness.
Just play after play. This reminds me of the most unorthodox shootout to a quarter we've seen between two players in the NBA. I'm not sure if you remember from many years ago, Steph Curry and Omri Caspi when he was on the Kings.
Yes.
And obviously it's not necessarily two players here and there for either of these teams, but my goodness, we haven't seen a shooting display like this. As Kohan going to knock that free throw down, cutting it down to 3.
Yeah, and it's just been the answer of 3-point scores for both teams. Now, again, the Beavers, well, that wasn't a 3-point shot. That was 3 on the board. Following the and 1.
They're now 5 for 12 from distance. And we talked about how inefficient they were early on. If they're starting to knock that down, as Vondra also 3 for 3 from distance, if she starts really favoring that shot, we could potentially be seeing a very different game in the second half.
Moving around Nakaji, and we're talking about 3-point shooters. Nakaji, she wants to get going from downtown. Panthers trying to take this clock all the way down, prevent any chance of Caltech getting one last score. Nitao with the ball, looking to get it to Brown. She is the hot hand. Brown inside Woods, mid-range, and one for Layla Woods. 1.6 on the clock. Woods with the chance for the and 1, and the Panthers can extend their lead to 6.
The hoop and the harm right there. And Layla Woods, that's just patented. We talked about the shootout. It looked like for a second they were running a play to get Brown open beyond the arc. And there, just brought the double team, were the Beavers, just finding Woods right there. And that late rotation leading to this potential and one opportunity.
Layla Woods with 1.6 on the clock. Her free throw is up and good.
There you go.
And McGraw's second pitch. Dudas showing bunt. Infield coming in. Dudas bunts successfully. Runner advancing 2 seconds. Dudas is out at first.
I mean, exactly what he was asked to already. His 7th sacrifice of the season. Put in that spot a lot. Controls the bat well and able to get the job done. Now it's going to be up to these 4 hitters to bring Anzai home.
And here's one of the big-time hitters, Kai Osaka, batting at an average of .313 on the year. Team leader in RBIs as well with 20 already on the season. He is tied for the most home runs on the year with 3. He watches that first one go in from a strike.
Osaka got off to a crazy start first 10 games. Close to 500. He's cooled off just a little bit, but he is still a big threat in this batter's box.
Kai Osaka watches that one go for ball 1. It's at a 1-1 count. Kai Osaka, too, has also worked from behind counts very often. It seems to be something very common. He's hit an 0-2 grand slam. He hit an 0-2 3-run homer. He works good behind the count. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
From this arm slot from McGraw, really got to zone that ball up because it's going to have a lot of natural sink to it from that arm slot. So if that ball's low, it's going to finish low out of the zone. Try to get it up in the zone.
The 1-2 from McGraw. And Osaka slams that one straight into left field, way back in foul. For a second, it was pushing back, but it hit off of the foul line just a little too late.
Opportunity you've had to see McGraw. An off-speed pitch. Slider that just caught a little too much of the play and got really lucky that Osaka was too much out in front of that.
Go back to a 1-2. Osaka showing his deep threat hitting. This one he's just going to ground out nicely out to right field. Anzai running to home, and he will be safe. They cut off the throw. Anzai is home. Osaka to first, and it's a 2-1 game.
This is Chapman University baseball at its best. Leadoff single, moving the runner over, and then Osaka bringing him home. Both hits for the Panthers going the other way. That's just very experienced hitting from Anzai and Osaka there.
Up to bat is Josh Phillips, batting at a 290 on the year. He's also tied for second in RBIs on the team with 13, also with 2 home runs on the season. One of those home runs came against Portland. That one is outside for ball 2.
Josh Phillips had a little strikeout problem. They like him in this spot because he's fooled by his frame, leading the team in stolen bases with 12 on the season.
And Josh Phillips 12 for 13 on stolen bases attempts. That one is a nice liner straight into the outfield, and Phillips will move, and he'll stay at first. So runners at the corners for the Panthers with still only 1 out in the inning. Right now, the Panthers getting the better of McGraw.
Yeah, but that was just great base running from Kai Osaka. Knew where the outfielders were and knew when that ball was put in play, he knew it was going to drop. No hesitation from his part getting over to third. And like you were saying, Alejandro, this is something Patrick McGraw has not seen too much trouble in his season. As I was mentioning, sub-1 whip. He came in today, in these 23 innings he's pitched, only allowing 1 run, and he's already had that through 4 batters.
Yeah, so far McGraw has had possibly the perfect start for a freshman that you could ask for. Again, now testing the runner on first. They do know Phillips and his tendency to steal. You have to expect here with only 1 out, Phillips would like to probably try to get into scoring position and be that leading run. It is now on second, as he's already stealing. That one's also going to be a grounder, and it's going to get through. Osaka gets home. Phillips to third. Runners on the corners again, and it's a tied game at 2 apiece.
How about Bradley?
Now all of a sudden the Tigers steal right back the momentum that the Panthers had. You know, the Panthers scored the last 2 goals of that first half, and it looked like the Panthers were probably going to come out in the second half on fire, feeling themselves ready to engage. And the Tigers take all the momentum away with an early score, now of 4 scores, 9-5. We want to remind you guys to also check out this game on our social media page. This game is going to be playing on the Sky Network, our YouTube page. We also keep updated with everything CSBN on Instagram. Here's the draw. Picked up by the Panthers. Carlson, another great pickup off of a draw.
And now you got to be smart here if you're the Panthers. These midfielders in particular, as well as the players working from the X, now with Holmes, has been by far the best player for the Panthers on the offensive side of the ball with that hat trick in the first half. They're going to need to rely on her and Morrissey, who has a brace of her own, to be able to get back into this game and challenge Angelacci.
Carlson inside, pass a little out of control. It's going to be recovered by the Panthers, working to the top to Morrissey. Carlson, she's only had 1 shot attempt so far in this game. You'd like to see her get going.
I mean, it's kind of uncharacteristic of Annika. Obviously was so good both at facilitating the offense and putting the ball in the back of the net last year.
Uh-oh, inside, score for the Panthers, right back at it. Here they come, Reagan with a great shot.
And that's big time for Reagan. Her first goal of the season. Got the start in this one over Huss, one of our key players. We wanted to see more out of Huss, especially as a spark player off the bench, but Reagan coming in and gets her first goal of the season. Could this potentially be the turnaround that the Panthers need heading into this second half?
Well, it definitely cuts off the momentum that Oxy needed. You can see the music. It's really actually starting to pump up the Panthers team from the bench. Got a lot of players dancing, excited. And the momentum has completely shifted back. Ing on the face-off. She'll be going against Moylan.
I mean, they need a
9-6 game.
They need to have that dance party vibe to be able to get back into this game. They need to keep their heads up. Obviously, it's an uphill battle, still down by 3. But if you're able to keep those vibes, keep them uplifting, all it takes is 1, 2 goals maybe. And then just like that, Occidental is now having the pressure turned on them.
And it's picked up by, oh, it was going to be picked up by Annika. Annika, oh, she puts herself a little bit through some adversity, but she picks it up anyways. Annika off of the draw.
Sometimes great players just like to toy around at times. Give themselves a little bit of a challenge.
Looks good on film. There's a pass to Morrissey. Morrissey working through the top to Sheed. Inside. She loses it. She'll reset it. There was an open opportunity, yep, and she passes it inside. Oh, backhander! Hello! Reagan with her second score in a row, and the Panthers within 2 for the first time since the first quarter.
She just went backdoor right there, folks. My goodness, and now Occidental has to have a team meeting on the defensive side, figuring out what just happened as Ava Reagan back-to-back just like that, and all of a sudden, the vibes here for the Panthers, oh my goodness,
as you can see,
another level.
The Panthers bench is loving it right now. Dance Till You're Dead, it seems to be their theme song after every single goal, and they love it down on the field. And we just talked about Occidental. They get the first goal of the third quarter. Looks like they steal the momentum right back. Panthers strike back 2 extremely quick goals. It's 7-9. And off we go. With the draw, Ing has won the last 2. She's been fantastic tonight, too, on the draws. We wait in anticipation. The draw is picked up by, is this going to be Carlson for a 3rd time? No, it will not. It's still down. It's still around. And it's out of bounds. And that's going to be possession to the Panthers off of the loose ball. So it won't count as a ground ball pickup, but a great job by the Panthers to win the possession.